guys, how are you? How are you really? This is your weekly tarot reading. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know if this resonates with you in any type of way, okay, lovely people? Alright, so what's the dealio with Libra gang? As you guys know, I'm a Libra myself, so let's see what we have in store for Libra gang. I'm gonna give you some oracle cards. Right now all I have is playing cards, and like I do really good with them, but I want to invest in some oracle cards. But something I learned about tarot is back in the days, like for you to call yourself a tarot reader, you had to be gifted with the cards. Like you could not go out and just purchase the cards and call yourself a tarot reader. It's like you had to be gifted with the cards. And I can honestly say that my first deck that I actually got it from a friend. We were playing cards and I ended up using those. And the second batch that I got, which are these, my blue babies, I got these from my mom. So in the ancient days, I would be considered a real tarot reader. You're not supposed to go out and buy your own cards, but most people don't know that. I didn't know that until I did proper research on being a tarot reader. So, yeah. The cards that we have so far for Libra gang is overburdened, okay? And torn between two. We're not sure which move is the right move to make. We don't know which move will bring us the most pleasure and satisfaction here, okay? But it does look like we are overburdened. Actually, just the thought of having to decide, Libra gang, which path is best for us actually has us really down and out, okay? It's like right now we do not want to make a decision. We're overburdened by it and we're just torn between the two, okay? My Libras, y'all know what y'all are torn against. We know what we're torn about, okay? So why are we, Libra gang, torn? Why are we torn? Why are we so indecisive right now, okay? I don't know why, but we're known for being indecisive, but I would say overall, it's like, I wouldn't say we're indecisive. It's just, we want to make sure that we make the right moves, okay? We want to make sure we make the right moves, and sometimes we take longer than everybody else, but I think that's okay, Libras. I think that's okay. Because what's the point of rushing into a decision and then regretting it later? Like, who wants to do that, okay? Who wants to do that? So yeah, it looks like we're at a crossroads. We're very overburdened by the situation. Overburdened by the thought of having to decide on which path is best for us. Okay, here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so it's in regards to a new beginning. It's like we want to know where to basically put our eggs. You know how they say eggs in one basket? We're trying to figure out which basket to put our eggs in, okay? For my Libra men, you may be thinking about which woman you want to impregnate and have a family with and settle down with, now that I'm thinking about it. And my Libra women, you may be thinking about which person that you want to have a family with and settle down with. Or if it's a job, you know, which job you want to really invest your all in and give it your all, okay? The job that you want to spend the rest of your life on. Okay, so what else do we have for Libra gang, okay? Why are we torn, okay? Why the Two of Cups? Okay, here we have the Joker, or, you know, the Fool in reverse, okay? So, with this being the Joker in reverse, Libra gang, just the Joker or the Fool in general speaks of basically embarking on a new journey without that much experience, okay? But this is in reverse. So this is actually going to say that we actually have a lot of experience, or either we have come through a situation that has taught us a lot. And I think, once again, going back to our last video, Libra gang, basically moving forward from the past and not allowing the past to hold us back. But it's like in our back of our minds, it's like we know which path is the right path to take, but it's just the thought of deciding on that, and it may like not be the right path after all. It's like we just really want to make sure this is the right decision here, okay? Because one path could seem like it's better than the next, but it's like from past experience, like we know that all that glitters is not gold, okay? So we know that, yeah, maybe this job sounds much better than this job here, or this person sounds more better of a candidate than this other person, but we know from past experience that all that glitters is not gold, okay? But one of the options seems to be appearing as if it is a better choice, but we know that we cannot take things for face value, okay? So we may simply be overthinking this, like which path is legit. One of these paths seems to be more legit than the other one, but from past experience, something else seemed like it was legit. Something else seemed like it was real, and it was not. So, Libra gang, our story, it just keeps repeating, okay? So, whatever we went through, it hasn't been very drastic because we're air signs, so we're known to actually move on very quickly. And Libra gang, it looks like we are moving forward, but the fears of the past is still lingering around, okay? It's still lingering. Our story, it just keeps on repeating. It keeps on repeating. Okay, so why are we having such a hard time letting go of the fears that's attached to the past? Like, why do we constantly compare the present to the past? Like, why are we not moving forward? Okay? Why are we not moving forward from this? Is it true that we could be dealing with PTSD, my Libra gang? No, okay. But yeah, it actually looks like one of these options appears to be the right path to take, okay? So if these are jobs, it's like one of them may have better pay or better insurance benefits, but you're still like, I don't know. Because the last job, I thought that it was, paying pretty good and all of that good jazz, but ended up probably being like a bunch of drama, and it didn't really end up being what I thought it was going to be. Okay? Or if these are two people that we're torn between, it's just like, okay, one of them may appear to be stable. One of them may appear to want a commitment. One of them may appear to want something long term, but we know the person of the past did the same thing. So it's like we moved on, now we're at a crossroads. We're second guessing everything, we're overthinking everything, and it's almost as if like we have not fully moved on. Because if we did fully move on, Libra gang, we wouldn't still be sizing up the new thing with the past. We would be able to accept the new options as they are instead of what this past thing or past person was, okay? So it's like, Libra gang, it's just that trauma is still there. It's still there. It's still there. The disappointment, the pain from the disappointment is still there, So it's like we can try our best to move on, but, it's obvious that we have not fully emotionally moved on, because if we did, we wouldn't be shutting down this thing here that we feel is the right path to take. We wouldn't be questioning like this. We wouldn't be fighting against it. We wouldn't be constantly comparing it to where we're coming from if we were fully healed, okay? It looks like we're so overburdened because honestly, once again, at a crossroads, okay? But yeah, if this is a job, it looks like, Libra gang, some of us are actually juggling between two jobs, okay? Or, Libra gang, if this is relationships and marriage, it's like third party situation here, Libra gang, with the relationships and marriage. Looks like two people that we could possibly be torn between if this is in regards to a relationship or a marriage, okay? And we're working towards coming up with a decision, but this is really overburdening us, okay? And with this being 3 of Cups, it's like we don't like that the two are going on at once, okay? For some of our Libras, it's just like, okay, working 2 jobs at once. We don't like that we're in 2 different jobs at once. Like, of course, that's going to be tiring, okay, and exhausting. Okay, if it's a relationship or marriage, it's just like, I don't want to be juggling between 2 different people. Like, this is not right. I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel comfortable. So that's why I'm working really hard to find out which one to take serious. But this is really overburdening me, and I'm just not sure. I don't know which path is the right path to take. I don't know. And it's simply because of this thing of the past, okay? One of these options, they seem better than the other one, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure, but I am ready to go ahead and move forward. I'm interested in, a whole new foundation and just a whole new chapter. I'm ready for this new chapter. It's just I don't know which option to take serious. I just don't know. Okay? Especially with this Knight of Swords, it's just like, I'm like, most of the Libras, it looks like we're really just up in our head about this. It's like we're probably constantly repeating to ourselves, like, I just want to make the right decision. I just want to make the right decision. And this is just really frustrating because we just don't know. So if I can get 2 cards, okay, so we can look at our options. One to clarify one option and another card to clarify another option, okay? Y'all, I think I drank too much of that wine smoothie. It's really good though. Tarot does not care. Don't care who watching, don't care who looking. It spit the truth out. It just don't care who ears it hit, who it offend. It just don't care. It just don't care. Okay? But so far, Libra gang, it does look like, okay, we're overburdened by 2 options that's here on the table. And we're overthinking the path that actually looks pretty good because of this thing in the past. Okay? So now we're pulling another card to clarify the other option. We already have 1 card pulled. Okay, so now we're taking a look at our other option. Okay, so actually 3 cards came out, so we're just going to test the waters here. Here we have, okay, the 2 of Pentacles. So this just clarifies our confusion at this point, okay? We're not sure which path to take, okay? Now, both of these are in reverse, okay? So we're feeling down about both options, obviously, okay? But it looks like one of them, we actually deem them as more stable, more mature, more secure, more long-lasting, more long-term, but we doubt it. And the other one, it seems to basically bring us pleasure. Okay? So if this is a job, okay, so it's like one of the jobs you're very passionate about. It brings you a lot of pleasure. You enjoy doing it. But probably don't make that much money. And the other one, it seems to be probably more strict schedule, something long-term, something serious, okay? Probably get paid more, okay? So having to juggle between those 2. Now, if this is relationships or marriage, it's just like, okay, one of these options are presenting themselves as wanting something committed, stable, serious, mature. And the other one kind of comes in with the energy of just pleasure, have a good time, and just, So, Libra gang, I think we already know which path is the best path. That's what I'm seeing here with this 6 of Cups and this 6 of Wands. It's like we know which path is the right path, but it's like we fight against the path that seems right. And we may be overburdened a bit because it's just like, okay, one of these paths seems to be more stable, more serious, but the other one seems to bring me more pleasure. I feel more connected to the other option, but it's probably not as stable and secure as this other one. So it's just kind of like, should I go with my heart and how I feel and what feels good, or should I go by whatever checks off on the checklist? So that's a pretty That's a pretty tough call. Honestly, I would just recommend that you guys check out the movie. I don't remember the name of it, but it's about this woman who she was trying to find her perfect match or the perfect man. So it was this guy who, you know, it was this guy who kept trying to be with her. Like, basically, she had experienced a very bad relationship with this guy. She found out that he was cheating. He ended up leaving her and getting married. And moving forward, you know, she had these two options of men. And one of the men, you know, he kept trying to be with her, but she was just like, oh, no, he's a felon and things of that nature. While the other guy that she thought was perfect, it's like he ended up, you know, not really. Y'all would just have to check the movie out before I go into details about it. But it's like in a way we kind of have to close our eyes and just, you know, we can't always go by a checklist. Okay, but and there's also another movie about it's like a Christmas movie about this woman who she was doing an online date, and it was this guy that she really wanted to be with, and she ended up meeting him in person, but it ended up being somebody else, and she ended up not liking the guy that she ended up seeing. But long story short, all the qualities she was looking for in Mr. Right was in the guy that she was running away from. And, you know, she ended up actually interacting with the guy that she thought was Mr. Right, and they did not have much in common at all. He was a meat eater and she was like a vegan or something like that. Like, it was very different than what she expected. So, and he had none of the qualities that she was looking for. The guy who she didn't want actually had the qualities that she was looking for. So, I don't know who that's for or who that can help, but there you go. Just be sure to check out those movies. I don't know what they're called. Once I figure it out, I'll post it. Right now, I just do not know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, Libra gang. Once again, thanks so much for watching. This is our weekly tarot reading. Be sure to like this video if you're interested in it. Also, be sure to subscribe so the next time I post our videos, you'll see it. And if you're interested, you can comment at the bottom how this resonates with you so our other Libras can see it and comment as well, so we can have our own community, okay? But once again, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, toodles!